This video is sponsored by the 15-degree weather right now. I want to eat food and take a nap and watch Harry Potter and waiting to turn. Is anyone gonna let me in? You are. Thank you so much, 'cause I just need to go down this road. Woo! Welcome to Bad Driving with Mediocre Catholic. I am your poorly driving host, Christina, and this week we're going to be talking about why it's okay to mourn celebrities. So, very uplifting topic. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is we lost two really talented artists last week, David Bowie and Alan Rickman. And I've been personally influenced by both of these artists. When people like Mr. Bowie or Mr. Rickman pass, I'm not saying it should affect us, but those of us that consumed their art and appreciated their art, we should acknowledge that. So I think we have this temptation, especially with celebrities, to, in a way, demean their lives into this caricature of like Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship. Like, you wake up and have champagne baths every day and everything's honky-dory and there's no such thing as suffering. And I think that's a problem. Now, I am completely aware that I have something in my eye. Okay. We good? We're gonna die? We're gonna die? Now, I am completely aware that oftentimes we idolize celebrities and we think they are perfect and we become obsessive about them and we follow them on all forms of social media. And so I understand there's the completely opposite effect, but that does not demean what we are doing when we troll humans online. I got frustrated on social media several times this week, which I know is totally shocking for someone to get frustrated at something on social media. But I saw a lot of people posting things like, for all those that are posting things about David Bowie or Alan Rickman, you don't know anything, you didn't know them, there's other things going on in the world. And then I stopped reading so that, I wouldn't have an aneurysm. Yes, there are other things going on in the world. That is a real thing. Yes, you should be concerned about Sudan and Darfur and all the Syrian refugees. And it sucks. And there's so much going on. However, we can't demean art. Especially good quality art, which both of these individuals consistently released since the 70s. It affects you. And you build a relationship with that person. Yes, it's important to recognize boundaries, and if you happen to see that person in an airport, not scream at them like they're your best friend. But these artists are sharing a portion of themselves with us. And that's a really beautiful thing. And I can't tell you the number of times these gentlemen helped me with feeling lonely or homesick or just needed something entertaining. And they would bring things like hope and also a lot of questions like, hey, David, probably shouldn't have picked those pants for the labyrinth, but we still love you and it's okay. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, they provided a service. And it was beautiful. Actually, I was so touched by priests on Twitter. I saw several of them saying, hey, when I'm at the altar today for Mass, I will be remembering Mr. Bowie. There is nothing wrong with acknowledging art and mourning the loss of that. And if anything, it helps us recognize our humanity. And if we want to get all Jesus-y, which I typically like to do, so get over it, that's the beauty of the body of Christ, is that we all get to share specific gifts with others. I think it's important not to demean people's signs of grief. Yes, there's going to be jerks out there that are going to totally take advantage of this situation, and they're just trying to get their Vine account more followers or more Instagram followers or whatever by manipulating the situation into getting more recognition. But here's the thing, and hopefully this is a relief to you, that is not our place to judge. It's not our responsibility. That's not on us. So don't take that upon yourself. Allow this opportunity to pray for people. And I'd love to see Mr. Bowie one day and have a conversation about his pants choice in Labyrinth. Still don't know what was up with that, but I love you. So for this uplifting video, I pray that, you know, we can continue to grow in humanity and community with one another. And if possible, let's use this venue as one. You're not alone, etc. Other nice accolades to you. So we do have an amazing opportunity, even within this YouTube forum, to build community and be there for one another. And one of the ways we can do that, you know, even just through the comment section, like, I want to know what's on your hearts and minds, and what do you need prayers for, and what are ways I made you feel uncomfortable in this video, because that probably happened. I don't know. Or even ways like, hey, Christina, I'd really appreciate it if you would butcher this topic for me and talk about it in a mediocre fashion. That'd be great. But I would only do it around your birthday, because I don't want you to get selfish. Or Christmas. Just kidding! You know what I want to do? Get coffee and sleep. Because science. I know how science works. And I'm wearing a scarf, so I'm an adult. Praying for you. Pray for my sinful butt. Per usual. And now we're best friends because it just burped. Is that classy? I don't know. Sorry, Mom. Announcement. Next week is going to be a little bit different because my husband and I are going on a pilgrimage. Woo woo! We will be going to DC to participate in the pro-life march, and we would love for you to join us cyberly. It's a word. So below in the doobly-doo, I have connections to Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter, and so we would love for you to journey with us through that. So next week's video is actually going to be a wonderfully beautiful montage of the march, and we're hoping to reach out to people. So if you're there, hit us up, and hopefully we can interview you and talk with you and hear your stories and your call to being pro-life. And yeah, so see you next week, nerds.